Welcome to a really momentous time in the history of professional sports for tennis lovers, sports fans, and everyone else watching from across the world. We're not just covering the news today, so you're seeing a historic broadcast. We are recording the history books being rewritten. Hold on to your seats because it's official, and every stadium, training facility, and tennis-loving country on the planet is currently feeling the shockwaves. Alexandra Eala, the unrelenting genius from Quezon City and the pride of the Philippines, has not just arrived. She's completely broken the ceiling. Alex has officially stunned the world with her incredible display of skill, poise, and unwavering determination. She is now ranked number 5 in the world in the Under-21 Women's Tennis Association live rankings and has soared to a new career-high ranking of number 31 as of today, February 23, 2026. I'll say it again. It is impossible to overestimate the significance of this accomplishment, so let it soak in. We're examining a 20-year-old sensation who has radically upended the established order in the world of tennis. Understanding the crucible of contemporary tennis is necessary to appreciate the seriousness of ranking 5th in the world among under-21 players. The sport's most competitive, heavily scouted, and brutally competitive demographic nowadays is the under-21 division. It is where future Grand Slam champions are bred. The region where today's legends of tomorrow are busy establishing their empires. For a tennis player from the Philippines, a country with an unquestionably fervent sports culture but without a long-standing, established pipeline for generating elite, world-class professional servers. A sporting miracle would be required to reach the highest level of this demographic. It is evidence of an incredible work ethic, an unwavering mentality, and an innate skill that is unquestionably present in this generation. We are putting Alex Eala in the same category with the most incredibly gifted young ladies on the planet when we discuss this particular accomplishment, this top 5 rating in the Under-21 WTA live rankings. The stratosphere we are discussing is full with prodigies who have been cultivated for greatness since they were able to walk. Eala did not enter this exclusive group by accident. She kicked down the door and sat down at the table. The internet is currently buzzing with this news. And with good cause. It signifies a profound change in the tennis world. The traditional powerhouses, the United States, Eastern Europe, and a few Western European countries, have largely controlled the story of professional women's tennis for decades. However, Alex Eala is reinventing that geographical narrative on his own. On her extraordinarily strong shoulders, she is bearing the burden of the Philippines, the aspirations of Southeast Asia, and the aspirations of every young athlete from a developing tennis nation. Sweat, dedication, and some of the most exciting tennis we have seen in recent memory have all contributed to the path leading up to this moment, this remarkable Monday, when the WTA rankings formally verify her extraordinary ascension. Take a look at this rankings context. This was not an isolated incident. The recent conclusion of the 2026 Dubai Duty-Free Tennis Championships in Dubai, a WTA 1000 event that showcases the best of the best, is directly responsible for the dramatic outcome. Eala became the center of attention rather than merely taking part. She entered the Aviation Club Tennis Center's hard courts. As a legitimate giant slayer, not as an underdog hoping for a fortuitous draw. In a thrilling, nerve-wracking 3-set match, she defeated former world number 8 champion Jasmine Paolini, demonstrating that she has the mental toughness to compete against the best in the world and win. She then demonstrated a level of tactical knowledge and physical stamina that totally belies her 20-year-old age by snapping the victory streak of the season Sarana Sursai. This rating of the top 5 under-21 is a statement of intent. Alex Eala is letting the tennis establishment know that she is more than simply a young talent with promise or someone to watch. She is both the future and the present. Consider the psychological effects of this significant event. Eala's decision to leave her family at the age of 13 to train at the Rafanadal Academy in Spain was ultimately validated when she saw her name listed among the top 5 young players in the world on that ranking board. It is a confirmation of every hard practice, every heartbreaking loss, and every moment of uncertainty she may have ever experienced. However, the influence goes well beyond a single participant. For the millions of Filipinos who are watching, this ranking is an unfathomable source of pride in their country. It demonstrates that a Filipino athlete can succeed in a highly competitive, internationally recognized sport. It dispels stereotypes and eliminates boundaries. Additionally, the rest of the WTA Tour should take note of this news. There is definitely a buzz in the locker room today. When the defending champions and seasoned veterans look at this new ranking and see Alexandra Eala's name rising through the ranks, they realize that things are shifting. She made one of the more dramatic and aggressive ranking rises of the early 2026 season, leaping 16 ranks from her prior position of 47 to world number 31 overall. It gives her better seating, puts her in a position to enter the major events directly, and radically alters the course of her career. In the early stages of a major, she is suddenly a player who no one wants to face because she is a sitting threat. The speed at which she is climbing is astounding. In front of our eyes, we are seeing a prodigy transform into a formidable force. This introduction and this historic announcement are only the beginning. We must remove the layers in order to fully understand the scope of Alexandra Eala's achievements today and why the sports community is going crazy about her rise to world number 31 and her top 5 under-21 position. We must analyze the games that led her to this point, the development of her style, the background of her accomplishments, and the significant ramifications for tennis's future. We're going to take a thorough, in-depth look at the phenomenon that is Alexandra Eala. We will examine the strategic masterstrokes that have propelled her to the top of the tennis world, as well as her technique, mental game, and teaching style. So have a seat, because here is the tale of a young Quezon City girl who conquered the world and gained her proper place in the upper class. Before delving into our in-depth research, we must examine the 2026 Dubai Tennis Championships, which served as the direct cause of this incredible ranking jump. It would be an understatement of the century to describe her performance in Dubai as a solid run. It was a masterclass in tactical execution and resiliency. Let's examine her matchup with Jasmine Pauwini in the second round. Pauwini, a former champion and current world number 8, is renowned for her aggressive baseline play and lightning-fast speed. Eala needs a level of self-belief that cannot be taught in order to take the court against a player of that caliber who is ranked in the top 10. Eala did more than only survive the storm. With a performance of devastating cross-court forehands and high-percentage first serves, she controlled the first set, winning 6-1. The real test, however, was in the second set, which turned into a full-on trench conflict that ended in a tiebreak. It is here where champions are created. Eala subsequently said that, under the tremendous strain of the moment, she took strength from the stadium's large, boisterous Filipino audience. Using that energy, she remained calm during the extremely tight 7-5 tiebreak triumph and ended the match. Just that victory made a strong statement. The numbers next to her opponents' names don't scare Alexandra Eala. She defeated Saran Sursai, a seasoned veteran renowned for her strong ground strokes, after that historic upset. Eala won that match 7-5, 6-4, showcasing both her athletic prowess and her keen tennis intelligence. She navigated key pressure periods at the end of both sets with the cool composure of a seasoned 10-year tour player, knowing precisely when to absorb Sursai's pace and when to inject her own. Indeed. In the quarterfinals, world number 4 Coco Gauff, a player who herself is the gold standard for youthful phenoms, stopped her amazing run. However, even in the event of a loss, the knowledge gained from the ranking point gained was priceless. It is an enormous accomplishment to make it to the WTA 1000 event quarterfinals. Eala accomplished this by mathematically obtaining the points required to reach this historic ranking of number 31 overall and in the top 5 in the under-21 division. However, it would be a disservice to the larger story of Eala's ascent to focus solely on Dubai. We need to put this in the context of her incredible 2025 breakthrough season. A pivotal moment occurred last year when the promise became an indisputable, world-beating reality. Eala made her first real appearance in front of the larger sports community at the 2025 Miami Open. She entered as a 140th ranked wild card and went on a rampage that surpassed all reasonable predictions. She destroyed titans in addition to defeating skilled players. It was unexpected to defeat Madison Keys, a player with tremendous power. However, it was devastating to overcome Iga Swiatek, the unchallenged queen of clay and a dominant world number 2. Eala made history by becoming the first Filipino to advance to a WTA 1000 semifinal. She made her first appearance in the top 100 after the Miami run. An enormous psychological and historical barrier for Philippine tennis was broken by this historic milestone. She didn't sit back and enjoy her success after Miami. By making it to her first WTA Tour final at the Eastbourne International and then winning her first WTA 125 title in Guadalajara, Mexico, she demonstrated that it wasn't a coincidence. At the US Open, she also won her maiden Grand Slam main draw title. She soared to a year-end ranking of number 50 by the end of 2025. Early in 2026, we are seeing a continuation of that exponential growth pattern. She is accelerating rather than resting. Since hype alone does not get you into the top 5 or the under 21 ranks, let's examine her game mechanics. Alexandra Eala is a left-handed player with exceptional technical skill, intelligence, and physical strength. She has a clear tactical edge right away because she is left-handed, which enables her to create amazing angles on the court, especially on the ad side. Her two-handed backhand is an incredibly accurate weapon that can punish winners down the line and reach great depth. Her court coverage and defensive to offensive transition game, however, are what really set her apart from the other young competitors. She rallies long enough to get a short ball that she can step into and attack, and she has an amazing ability to return apparently impossible balls. This is without a doubt the most distinctive aspect of her Rafael Nadal Academy training. It was a huge risk to move to Spain at the young age of 13 in order to train at one of the most prominent and challenging tennis academies in the world. It required her to leave the Philippines, her home, and her comfort zone. However, Eala developed the unwavering, tenacious, never-say-die mentality that characterizes her game today under the close supervision of instructors like Joan Bosch, a man who helped mold the career of former world number 1 Carlos Moya. You can learn more than just how to hit a forehand at the Nadal Academy. It trains you to endure the physical and psychological agony of a demanding 3-set match, to endure suffering on the court, and to outlast your opponent with sheer willpower. During her tiebreak versus Polini in Dubai, we witnessed that same mindset in action. Additionally, we have examined Alexandra Eala's deep psychological structure. It can be crippling to bear the weight of a country's sporting aspirations at the age of 20. Eala, however, demonstrates an amazing capacity for compartmentalization. She has talked extensively about approaching her tennis career with professional distance on the court, concentrating solely on the next point's execution while also appreciating the support and affection of her fans off the court. It is uncommon to have such emotional maturity. She wasn't merely playing for ranking points when she took the court in Dubai. She was performing in front of a sizable Filipino expat community, who see her as a symbol of national pride and hope. It takes a very concentrated, profoundly centered attitude to harness that energy without being crushed by the weight of their expectations. Furthermore, it's interesting to consider the context of her number 5 placement given the current state of the under-21 scene. She is hanging out with players like Linda Noskova, Mir Andrea, and Coco Gauff. This generation is remarkably fearless when playing. Compared to previous generations, they move faster, strike the ball harder, and recover more quickly. Eala has effectively adjusted to the high-octane, hyper-aggressive style of contemporary women's tennis in order to establish oneself in the particular cohort. This is shown in her latest numbers. Her first serve percentage and return game success rate have significantly increased over the last 12 months. She is no longer only committing offenses. The conditions of participation are being actively dictated by her. This ranking leap has significant structural and economic ramifications as well. She will gain direct entrance into the main draws of all 4 Grand Slams and all WTA 1000 required events if she rises to world number 31 and establishes herself as a top-tier rising talent. Playing through qualifying rounds is no longer an arduous, physically taxing affair. It implies that she has more time to prepare and plan when she shows up at the biggest competitions. It also has a big influence on her financial future because it opens up enormous sponsorship options and ensures higher baseline prize money, which enables her to make even bigger investments in her team, her training camps, and her recuperation procedures. This results in a successful feedback loop. Better resources result from greater ranking, and better performance results in even higher ranking. We also need to acknowledge her as a cultural phenomenon. Her achievements in 2025 earned her the Female Athlete of the Year award from the Philippine Sports Writers Association only a few days ago. She was too busy tearing to the draw in Dubai to attend, but her video acceptance speech demonstrated how deeply she understood her role as a trailblazer. She made it clear that she hopes her victory is a testament to the progress tennis has made in her nation and that it is only the beginning. By demonstrating that a Filipino player can achieve the highest level of the sport, she is actively working to spark a grassroots revolution in Philippine tennis. For thousands of youngsters back home, she is normalizing tennis as a feasible aspirational career choice. The calendar is jam-packed with fantastic chances for ELA to build on this momentum as we look to the near future. The WTA 1000 event at Indian Wells is the next big event. Because of its fierce competitiveness and large field of 96 players, it is frequently regarded as a fifth Grand Slam. This event, which takes place from March 4th to March 15th, will be the ideal trial for the recently crowned world number 31. She has gained straight entry into the main draw because to her ranking, which gives her a significant edge over the difficult qualifications. The Miami Open, where she made her remarkable run to the semifinals last year, will take place after Indian Wells. She will return to Florida as a seated, well-established superstar rather than as an unidentified wild card. Yes, she will have ranking points to defend, but she will also feel incredibly confident because she has already defeated those courts. This leads us to our analysis's conclusion. Alexandra Eala's ascent is a permanent phenomenon. It is the realization of a master plan that has been painstakingly created and exquisitely implemented. Her path is a masterclass in dedication, spanning from the shell court to the virgin hard courts of the Middle East and North America to the Va Verde Country Club in Peak City. She has successfully traversed the perilous terrain of changing from a highly regarded junior. Recall that she was a dominant force on the senior professional tour, having won the 2022 US Open Girls Singles title and the Junior Grand Slam Doubles title twice. A lot of gifted juniors struggle during this change. The adult tour's physique, constant travel, and harsh baseline strength are too much for them to manage. Eala has turned the shift into a weapon in addition to surviving it. Let us take a moment to consider the scope of our conversation today as we conclude this lengthy broadcast. Alexandra Eala's stunning rise to a career-high global number 31 and her announcement that she is now rated number 5 in the world in the under-21 WTA live rankings signify a significant turning point in sports history. It is a tale of a pure, unadulterated talent climbing to the top of a very competitive global arena, of historical precedents being crushed, and of geographical borders being broken. We have spent the last hour analyzing her game mechanics, her brilliant Dubai campaign, her coaching team's strategic masterstrokes, and the significant cultural influence she is having on the Philippines and the larger Asian tennis community. But what really stands out about Alex Eala is her unbridled joy and intense love on the court, which transcends the numbers, ranking points, and prize money. You can see her unwavering commitment to her art every time she hits the ball or yells a battle cry after winning a pivotal point. At 20 years old, she is a flawless professional who, with a grace and humility that is genuinely inspirational, carries the hopes of millions. The tennis community is infamously harsh. Every single week, it demands perfection. Injuries occur, rankings change, and the pressure never really goes away. However, Alex Eala has demonstrated over the last 2 years that she is suited for this environment. She does best in a high-stakes competitive environment. We can infer all we need to know about her future trajectory from the fact that she can stare Grand Slam champions down while standing across the net and carrying out her game plan with cold precision. The world of sports will be watching her closely as she gets ready to travel to the US for the Sunshine Double Indian Wells and Miami. It will no longer be the case that she is unknown. She is suddenly a top-tier contender, a known threat, and a target for all of the other players in the draw. I have a feeling, though, that she wouldn't have it any other way. By pure willpower, she has earned this bullseye on her back. She has demonstrated that she is a member of the elite. The difficulty now is to go even higher rather than just hold onto this ranking. The top 10 Grand Slam finals and the top 20. For Alex Eala, they are no longer just fantasies. They are the natural progression of an already illustrious career. Please keep in mind where you were when this news was announced, everyone. Recall the day Alexandra Eala formally declared herself to be among the world's top 5 young players. The golden age of Philippine tennis is being played out in front of our very eyes. Led by a youthful lady with unrestricted aspirations. For Alex Eala, the possibilities are endless. That's just the beginning. As she continues to dominate her way to ultimate glory, we will continue to track her amazing journey at every turn, providing you with every highlight, analysis, and significant turning point.